The Air Raid MXP Series oiled filter intake is available for any 2015 or newer 3.5-liter EcoBoost owner looking to upgrade from their stock airbox to one of the most efficient intake systems on the market with an oiled filter as opposed to a dry one, all while picking up a slightly improved throttle response and even a small increase in power and fuel economy. The installation, as you can imagine, is extremely straightforward and will get 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, which we'll talk more about later on. The factory inlet on your EcoBoost does a pretty good job of bringing in air from outside the engine bay, and the MXP option we have here keeps that same design in mind. Only difference here is Air Raid focused on improving the tubing and airbox as well as the filter itself to really optimize air performance. They've designed the system to completely replace the factory intake from the manifold and turbo down. Using this option from Air Raid, it doesn't even require a tune. Speaking of which, this cold air intake system from Air Raid will utilize what is known as a speed density instead of a Maersk airflow meter, which is why you get to hang back on getting a tune. The speed density in this kit will make changes to your computer on the fly, whereas the MAF would typically require you to get a new tune in order to make the changes necessary with a new cold air intake system or any other power adder mod. This system saves you a lot of hassle doing all of that, so all you have to do is bolt it right up in a few minutes and go. Definitely one big plus with this system here. Now, as far as power is concerned, Air Raid lets us know that on their dyno they made about 24 horsepower on a stock 3.5. Now with a tune you can definitely maximize gains like that. With just an intake alone, I would probably expect high single-digit gains at best. You will, however, definitely see a slight increase in your drive-by wire response, and you might even pick up a mileage gain or two as far as fuel economy is concerned. This one is going to be 50 state legal, basically meaning for the guys out there in emissions restrictive states such as California, you're in the clear to pick this one up and install it with no problems. Moving along to materials and construction, this system includes a one-piece roto-molded airbox, which will be a noticeable improvement over the factory option by completely housing the intake filter for not only more filtration, but also to keep out excess engine heat. The new intake tube is constructed of cross-linked, high-density polyethylene to maintain proper airflow with a built-in velocity stack. The filter itself is a Synthemax oiled filter, meaning it is washable and reusable with a layer of filter oil. The oil helps to collect any microscopic dust particles to prevent them from being sucked into the engine. It's made with premium non-woven synthetic materials and wire mesh outing layers to improve filtration. This thing actually saves you some money in the long run because you don't have to run out and replace it every few thousand miles like your cheap stock paper element filter. You can expect to pick it up for just north of the $400 mark, making it fall right at the higher end of the no tune required intakes, but keep in mind you're looking to maximize the potential of your 3.5. A tune will greatly improve its performance. Now, just to be clear, all 3.5 EcoBoosts do not require a tune as far as intakes are concerned because they all utilize speed density, just something to keep in mind moving forward. This is one of the options that's a full replacement, so for the price you can expect a fully optimized cold air intake designed for the best, most efficient performance. Switching gears over to the install portion of the video, again, this is definitely going to be a plus with the 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, about 30 minutes at the maximum in the driveway at home with a few common hand tools like a ratchet and socket set and a flathead screwdriver. The first thing you want to do is, of course, disconnect the negative terminal on your battery. That's always first things first for a safety precaution. Start by installing the insert coupler into the airbox from Air Raid and insert the top grommet into the open hole. Bolt down the inlet tube to the wider opening in the side of the airbox. Drop the whole assembly into the engine bay and bolt the inlet tube to the top of the radiator shroud, then bolt the entire airbox to the side of the firewall. Put the new seal over the sensor and drop it into the tubing along with the bolt that holds it down. Install the couplers and clamps to the intake tubing on each end. Drop the tubing into place in the engine bay, clamping it down to the other tubing inside the engine and to the airbox itself. Drop the filter into the airbox with a clamp and tighten it down to secure it. Peel off the backing on the heat shield cover and apply it to the metal, then bolt that down to the top of the open airbox. Reconnect all harnesses and connections and you're good to go. Just to wrap things up here, if you're the owner of a 2015 or newer 3.5 EcoBoost F-150, you should check out the Air Raid MXP Series cold air intake with the Synthaflow oiled filter in red, which is available right here at AmericanTrucks.com.